So here we go. Let's jump right into number one.
Traveling to Dorado.
Game number one in the first best of 3 on Dorado. Mesrawr's the captain now. Okay. And since audio and video both seem to be good right now, I'm going to hide the chat and rely on Creation Esports to let me know if the stream is having any issues on Skype. Because chat is way too busy for me to try and keep up with everything. All the follows and subscribers today are appreciated. Thank you guys. I've been streaming Overwatch every single day since beta came out, so hopefully we'll be able to continue and have some fun. I'll be casting this whole 3BO3 series and into the day as well. Hopefully no bugs bite us. And we can just load right into the map eventually. Here we go. All right. So we're preparing for defenses. Attacking will be Hubris. Let me make sure my overlay is correct. Yes, it is. We'll straighten it up a little bit and move into position. So preparing your defenses, we've got NotEnigma on defense first. That is Enigma, Oplaid, Seagull, Dummy, Mesrawr, and Clockwork. We're going to fly the free cam over to the first point so we can get a good look at where they're setting up. Right now all the players are invisible because this is the first game I've played today. Probably should have hopped into a skirmish. So this is not a bug, this is actually a common thing when you first load into Overwatch. The first game you play has a few invisible people. You can see all their names on the ground. I guarantee you that there are characters there underneath those arrows. But they are all set up at the back corner of this first choke point, which I tend to call underpass. We'll leave the free cam up here, and we'll go ahead and take Talespin's view as the attacker on Pharah. So Talespin getting the damage amp from Esper on Mercy. He's going to fly around and look to go to that back line where he sees Pharah and bounces Reinhardt down onto the ground. He's not going to be able to get back up to his team, so the attacking team has already displaced a major player for the defense. Reinhardt and Lucio and Winston pushing up the payload itself while Talespin runs around to the back to look for some juicier targets. There is that defensive soldier that he's shelling away at, and he does go down, as well as Talespin going down now to the combo of Seagull and Dummy also on Pharah and Mercy. So we're watching CoolMat69 now. This is the attacking McCree. The payload has already gone through the first checkpoint without too much issue, so we're going to actually fly the free cam over to where we are now, the second area here. There is a checkpoint dead ahead. It looks like the red team Hubris has actually just slaughtered the defensive side through good use of damage amp, Pharah running around to the backside and taking everyone out. And the attacking team has already reached the first checkpoint. 6 minutes 50 seconds on the clock. If chat wants to make a note of that, 6 minutes 50 seconds basically means that they reached that first checkpoint and have checked that box. The way stopwatch works, essentially we're going to watch them all the way to the end, and whichever team completes the most checkpoints or completes the map faster will win the game. So we're back on Talespin now on attack. I am going to favor attacking players' perspectives throughout the matches today, just so we can have a better idea of how the action is driving. We do have Barrage available for Talespin as he duels Zenyatta. Zenyatta with only 150 HP is pretty easy to take out. We're going to pull up the tab here and just take a look at the teams and what compositions they're using. Defense actually had a Roadhog and a Zenyatta, both a little more uncommon as a tank and support. Normally you'll see a Reinhardt, Winston, Mercy, and Lucio as the tanks and supports. Reinhardt uses his ultimate, does manage to get a little bit of damage done, but Talespin does have that barrage just ready and waiting for when he can hit 2 or 3 multiple opponents at the same time. We've got a Winston bubble and a Reinhardt shield still pushing this payload like crazy. There is not any real opposition for Hubris just yet. Talespin still just hanging back with his healers. Lucio passively healing everyone up. He's going to fly in, look for some targets here. Zarya getting smacked away by the Winston ult. CoolMat also ults. It looks like they do snag a couple of kills. Defense has 3 players down right now, and the next checkpoint has already been reached. We're already cruising into the final area here on Dorado, so I actually need to catch the free cam up all the way into the last point here. Look how many players are on fire right now for Hubris. This show match could actually go way faster than I initially expected. They are already in the final bend here in Dorado without any signs of stopping. There are 2 dead on defense right now. They have switched over away from Roadhog onto Zarya. The Mercy ult comes out for the defensive side, but just too much damage being caused. Chump in there as Reinhardt right next to the spawn allows his team to push that payload very easily. Right now we're just going to keep the third-person view so we can watch as all these ults unfold. Enigma popping the Zarya ult, Graviton Surge, not really catching a whole lot. Seagull popping his barrage, doesn't actually catch a ton either, but there are 5 dead players on the offense, so defense finally, actually for the first time this game, taking full control of the payload inside their base. So let's go ahead and take an attacker's view. Once again, we're going to take Coolmat because he does have Deadeye available. So the team regroups before pushing out of their spawn. That way they actually, have a chance to stay together with their tanks. Zarya and Reinhardt are the tank combo here for the attackers. Deadeye is available. It will be high noon sooner than later. He's just got to get that angle. He's going to stay safe with his tanks and supports, not try to flank just yet. Looks like defense is set up on that bridge. Coolmat, once he gets up there, could pop the ult and maybe actually snag both of these supports. Actually takes out Lucio with ease there. Mercy also apparently going down there. Lots of ultimates flying out. Let's go ahead and switch back out to that third-person view since everybody is pumped up. The beat was dropped. Lucio gave 500 extra HP to everyone on his team, and the payload is pushing now into the final position. Oplaid dropping the beat now for the defensive side. They have switched to multiple divas right now. 3 divas on defense, trying to eat all those shots from the attacking team. Reinhardt charges in, does manage to pin one of the divas, but he is now separate from his team. Looks like we've got Reinhardt ult going down from Chump to try and clear the road here. Divas are slowly dying. They're popping out of their suits. No one actually managed to generate an ult, so they're not going to be able to pop any explosions to keep people off of the payload. Offensive Zarya ult does pull the defense in, and they just need to get that last defender off of the payload. Now they're pushing with 3. Reinhardt charges in to stop them. Mercy res bringing everyone back up for Hubris. They have 6 players on fire. The entire team is on fire. They still have a Lucio ult to drop that beat and finish this last engagement. Zarya ult goes down. He breaks it down. Everyone's going to stay alive there with the Reinhardt ult. No attackers down, no defenders down. It is just a bloodbath here. Lots of mechs flying around trying to kill off the squishier targets. 2 defensive players are down now for NotEnigma. It looks like Hubris. This could be the push. There's no Mercy res available on either side at the moment, but it is going to slide right in. 4 minutes, 33 seconds remaining on the clock, and Hubris successfully attacks on Dorado. We're going to switch sides and see what NotEnigma can do next.
Play of the game.
This might sting.
Quite a good cleanup there from Reinhardt. The time is 5:25 for Hubris. I'm just making a note. And we should go right into the next round, so I'll go ahead and fix the overlay to swap it around here. I'll have to do this every single round. As we swap attack and defend. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Hubris made things look easy there. Pretty quick win for them to start things off. Okay. Need to remake. Why is that? Alright, looks like we're going to remake. Make sure that the red team will be NotEnigma. We're just going to have a brief break here while we invite all the players back in. So red side should be Oplaid. Okay, so it looks like Dummy is having some potential lag issues, so hopefully that will work out. Okay, folks, looks like we're heading into the second part of Game 1. Alright, closing chat again here. Let's get ready for some games. Alright, just checking overlay, make sure we're all set. There we go. Alright, part 2 of Game 1. Oops, oh, here we go. They are assembling their heroes still, so no one out on the map just yet. Go ahead and take our free cam spot. We can see the characters that they're choosing though. Oplaid, Seagull, Mesrawr, Enigma, Clockwork, and Harblow is how I'm going to pronounce that. Harblow? Harblow. We'll say Harblow. That's easier to say. Harblow sounds wrong anyway. Oplaid, Seagull, Mesrawr, Enigma, Clockwork, and Harblow on attack. Coolmat, Talespin, Esper, Chump, Minstrel, and Roz on the defense. Hubris did already attack successfully here on Dorado. 5 minutes and 25 seconds was the time, so NotEnigma has a pretty rough goal here. It actually really hurts them that Dummy was lagging out, as this is the first game in this best of 3 on Dorado, and not only did they, not successfully defend because of the lagging out, but now they have a very difficult time to try and beat as well. They are picking a double Diva and a Reinhardt to start things off. Lucio and Mercy, that very common support setup that we see actually on both sides. Roadhog is getting pulled out again for defense. And you can see they are setting up in the same exact place that NotEnigma set up last time on defense. So as we get into the game, we're going to take attackers' POVs more often than defensive POVs. So this is Seagull on Pharah, being Mercy boosted by Harblow. He's going to do the exact same tactic that Talespin did last time, try and float up here and bounce someone off with that E. And Seagull's unable to actually get anyone off of the ledge there, but the payload has pushed freely around the first corner. There we see the first character actually falling down to the ground with Roadhog and Reinhardt both leaping into the action. Payload is going to go ahead and chug right through this underpass though. Pharah with Seagull on attack is just going to be looking for those juicy targets in the backline. Mercy being his first target. Mercy did actually die there. That was a sick rocket around the corner there to finish her off. And now these tanks at the front line have no real support helping them stay alive against Pharah and the damage boost coming from Mercy. Barrage is already available. There's a defensive McCree here that is going to be avoided by Seagull using the projectile to bounce himself backwards. And it looks like NotEnigma is actually cruising here pretty well through the first checkpoint. They're going to get time added in just a moment. It will add 3 minutes. And this is pretty close to on pace with what Hubris did. I think they had something like 6 minutes and 31 seconds, so only about a 10-second difference, but they are ahead of pace for what Hubris actually accomplished already. So we're going to switch now to an offensive tank. Let's watch Mesrawr, as he is going to be moving the payload solo right now. He probably would love some help, especially since they have a very, very quick time to beat. But it can be a lot of fun watching Reinhardt's POV, watching him swat away attackers from the payload. It can also be kind of jarring since he does switch to third person occasionally. You can see him putting up that 2,000 health shield that's going to be able to block the majority of projectiles in the game, so any teammates can stand behind him and be safe. D.Va suiting up there again. They're going to chase away Mercy and McCree. Payload is sliding in past the church now. This is another tough spot to get through from time to time. Reinhardt just shooting past everybody, using the hammer down, but doesn't actually catch anybody. Mercy was already dead, and Zarya was freshly rezzed, so she was still immune. He is going to get zapped down there. Let's go ahead and switch back to Seagull on Pharah as he respawns and runs back to the fight. He uses the E to boost himself into battle a little bit quicker. We do have several players on offense on fire. Actually, no, both teams actually stalling out now right around the first bend here. So this church choke point is a tough one because the defense can actually just set up exactly where they are now. Let me go ahead and bring the free cam back to what is actually happening here. Did I actually just get camera hijacked as a solo spectator? I think I did. It just pulled to McCree and I did absolutely nothing to do so. Alright, so here we've got a nice vantage point from up high. You can see all the attackers coming in together, all the defense staying together as well, and they've already stalled this second leg of the checkpoint a lot longer than NotEnigma was, or sorry, a lot longer than NotEnigma was able to defend, yeah. So Harblue and Seagull still trying to rain justice from above. Let's go ahead and take his first-person view again on Seagull. Coolmat also on Pharah now, able to take him out on defense. Let's switch over to Enigma on D.Va. Haven't actually given D.Va a lot of looks yet, but D.Va has been very important to the NotEnigma offense, as he's the one trying to reach that backline, trying to harass the supports into actually leaving their tanks and killing them off. We've got full health pack here. That's 250 health added for the big square health pack, 75 health for the smaller ones. This offensive D.Va is actually in the back line now looking for targets. He sees the Pharah take off now and does see Lucio above, so we'll see which way he actually chooses to go. Soldier is actually the first target he finds. There's 3 defensive players up here, now 4 against this lone D.Va. Defensive matrix was popped, but on the ground we actually don't have a whole lot happening with the attacking team. Defense is actually holding them very well. Oplaid on Lucio tries to drop the beat, but there's actually no one there to receive the health buff. D.Va still flying around looking for targets, but not being too terribly effective. There's no defense down right now and 5 ults available, while the offense is dying sort of one by one, and they only have a couple of ults available as well. Harblue with no res available, as he did just go down, but the offense has finally managed to get in here a little bit. Let's go ahead and take Seagull's view again, as he does have Barrage available. This is the attacking Pharah. He pops Barrage on the couple of defenders dead in front of him, and that is going to be easy peasy to clear the rest of that choke. We've got a Pharah duel happening now, and direct hit does hit Seagull there and actually easily takes him out during the barrage. Let's go ahead and switch back. This is the offensive Lucio player being played by Oplaid. He's going to go ahead and speed boost, just get in the face of the enemies. He's going to drop the beat so that the payload can move forward here. I think they will reach the next checkpoint, but time is ticking down against them. They're going to have to basically shoot right through. I actually don't even know if they've got the available time anymore. Harblue is not a player I'm too familiar with, but losing any of your starting roster to lag or lagging out is obviously a huge detriment. This is a Hubris squad that has been preparing for this for the last few days, and NotEnigma, I'm not sure how much time they've actually had with Harblue. We're going to go ahead and switch back to Seagull now. We are in the final leg here of Dorado for game number 1 in this best of 3 series. So NotEnigma having some issues in the first game. Hopefully everything will pan out by the time we start game number 2. Hubris is far ahead, and I'm assuming that they will win. here in this first game, but we are going to play it out. We'll watch Seagull rain some terror upon Hubris's defense while we can. He's going to get healed up by Harblu as Reinhardt continues to push the payload. There is a Reinhardt ult. Doesn't look like it actually caught many defending players. There is an offensive Diva ult now to clear that defense off of the payload. Pharah shooting herself back into the action to barrage the front door. Does kill Lucio, and Zarya runs into it, but Mercy ult brings them both right back into the fight, and Seagull goes down. So we're going to actually zoom right back over to the action here, the objective, and see an overhead view of how the defense is actually managing to cope with this. Defense did a great job actually here clearing everything, and now we've got a good overhead view of the final leg. So Seagull and Clockwork up now. Let's go ahead and watch Clockwork on Soldier. We haven't actually taken his view very much through this series, but everyone is just going to form up at the front door. You don't want to leave your team hanging. If you go out ahead, you're very likely to just get picked off. Let's go ahead and watch Seagull now, because he does have that damage amp. Could be interesting to see if he manages to score any picks. Trying to find Cool Matt there. Actually, no, Talespin is now swapped onto Pharah, while Cool Matt has switched to a defensive Soldier. Seagull gets popped very quickly. We've still got Oplaid here on Lucio. He has his ult available. There is a defensive Zarya ult and a defensive Reinhardt ult. They managed to actually slaughter everyone. Let's go ahead and pull back into third person now. Enigma appearing to be the last one here. He just wants to die so that he can rejoin his team. There's 2 minutes and 49 seconds here to try and complete the objective. They have already missed time, so game one will be going to Hubris here, but I am curious to see if NotEnigma can band together and try and complete this objective anyway. Technically, we could go ahead and start game two. I'm curious how the players feel about this. Does it actually, hurt their rhythm to end the game and just go into a new lobby, or do they want to actually prove that they can finish the checkpoint regardless of it affecting the series itself? We'll see what time they post, or if they actually do post a time, in about 2 minutes and 15 seconds. But Enigma up top, shooting down Talespin on defense. It looks like defense does have 3 players down now, returning to the fight over from spawn. Offensive Lucio ult goes down, giving everyone that 500 HP buffer. We've got dueling Reinhardts happening over here, and it looks like the defensive Lucio also ulted. Just under 2 minutes left. Mercy Res brings in everyone back to the fight. Offensive Diva ult, catching nobody, but still allowing the payload to push a little bit here. We've got an offensive Reinhardt ult, not really catching a whole lot. And the payload will continue to move forward here. Minstrel being probably the peskiest, the most annoying Lucio here for the defense to try and keep that payload from moving. He's constantly just bouncing in and out, contesting. This is kind of a rough situation here. Let's see how Seagull's going to do, just shelling down at the spawn as these defensive players come back. He does have that Mercy boost, and he does have Barrage available, so he should be able to clear that doorway any moment he chooses. Defensive Zarya ult goes down, catches a couple of players, so this is the chance for Barrage. Mercy goes down, Reinhardt goes down, Pharah goes down, and they should be able to push right into the end here. Reinhardt knocking away that final Lucio, and NotEnigma does successfully attack, but it is going to be a touch too slow. So we're going to make a new lobby and head into game 2 of this best of 3 series with Hubris up 1-0.
Play of the game.
I've got you in my sights.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Justice reigns.